Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 286 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by David, and he writes, when I'm playing Sine Nomine once through or twice through, I do well, but the fourth or fifth time through, I start to make mistakes, particularly at the very beginning and very end of the piece. Also, I picked a prelude that is too long, and at the end of the piece, the organ just does not want to play all the notes that are written in the music. The top notes drop out, not enough polyphony with a large registration, so I lose the melody and part of the harmony of the final cadence of the piece. So here I am the day before the service and I am cutting the piece in half. There is a fair stopping point halfway through the arrangement, and rewriting the end of the first half so it sounds more like it's finished at that point in the music. Unfortunately, the church is reluctant to purchase a newer organ, more capable electronic or even small pipe organ, because they are convinced that it is impossible to find new organists to play them. There are other priorities for the money. So I'm stuck with the instrument that is there and often have to modify pieces. Also on this organ the pedals are quite noisy, not when I press them but when they are released. So in a piece that moves at a fair pace like Sine Nomine, or when I'm doing a moderately fast arpeggio like in Lions, as the pedal is released, it hits the top of its travel and make a considerable thump, which is annoying. I don't seem to have the same issue on other organs that I play. I try to be so gentle when I play these pedals that even if I don't want to play legato, they end up legato, just so I don't hear that thump. So Aušra, I think this question has two sides, right? About the sounds of the pedal board and about starting making mistakes with additional repetitions. Not right away, David is not making mistakes when he plays once or twice, but on the fourth or the fifth time he starts to make mistakes. Why is that?
I think he just loses his concentration. Because if he would, start doing mistakes right away, I would guess that he hasn't learned that piece to play very well yet. But because he can play, twice through without any mistakes, it means that, after that he probably loses his concentration.
A simple solution would be to probably stand up, walk around, drink a glass of water, and regain your focus. What about this idea, Aušra?
Well, what if you are in the middle of service or a concert? Can you do that?
No, but during the concert or service you play just once.
Well, yes, that's true.
What would you do in this situation if you lose focus?
Well, you can do that. but sometimes you need to stay on the organ and try to stay focused.
So push yourself.
Yes.
Don't relax, right, your mind.
Yes, that's right. But it's very hard to do. I think it's the hardest part of being a performer. Don't you think so?
Right, because when you play the piece and some parts are difficult, some parts are not, when you conquer the difficult part, you feel sort of proud, you feel sort of good, and at that particular moment you tend to relax after conquering one part.
Yes, I had that feeling so many times.
And when you relax, you
make mistakes.
You trip.
Yes, in easy spot.
There are, of course, two solutions like that. Maybe David could stay focused until the very end. That's the hard solution. And the easy solution would be to relax yourself right from the beginning.
True.
Like, imagine that he is just playing for himself, for fun. Not in order to avoid mistakes, but just to please himself. Sort of to lower the stakes, to lower the risk. And then the fear of making mistake will be lower. What do you think about that?
I think in general, you don't need to focus on making or not making mistakes. You need to focus on your music that you're playing.
Mistakes will happen anyway.
Yes, anyway, because if you would record a CD, then you might do some editing. But if it's a live performance, you never know what might happen. The organ might break in the middle of a piece.
Or one particular key might stuck. And what do you do then?
Oh, the day might be very hot and your fingers might just get slippery.
Or if you're playing on the upper manual, you start to slip from the bench.
Oh, a baby will start to scream and you will lose your concentration.
Shall we scare people for 30 minutes?
Well, I just want to tell that, you never know what might happen during your performance.
That's the beauty of it, right, Ausha?
Yes.
If you knew what will happen, then it wouldn't be that interesting.
That's right. And I don't think I remember playing in Lithuania even once that it would be complete silent during a recital. Do you remember or not?
Yes, I did, when I played just for myself.
Well, that's another story.
No one showed up, but I didn't play the entire recital, I think just one piece.
But especially at the cathedral, where the tourists come in and come out, you never know how much noise will you get during your recital. And sometimes I just felt like I'm sitting in the middle of farmer's market and trying to play a recital. And that's the feeling, being played in cathedral in Vilnius.
That's why we don't play that there that often.
I know. Not a very nice feeling.
So, wonderful. You know where is the silence if you played your recital?
Where?
At the cemetery. There will be complete silence.
But then you need to install organ. Where?
Too bad that all the listeners are dead.
Maybe that's a good thing. Well, but that's a nasty humor. We don't have to joke like this.
It wasn't a joke, actually. It's a real reality at cemetery.
Well, there are some cemeteries where are chapels.
Right.
Built so you could, put organ there and enjoy playing. In complete silence.
So David then struggles with pedal releases, squeaky noises. Not only squeaky noises, but sort of thumps when he releases. Is there a way, Osha, to diminish that noise? We have some pedals in our home organ which squeak. Do they annoy you?
Well, actually not so much. Because when you are playing purely mechanical organ, actually things, such sounds make me to relax, actually.
Like a lullaby.
True. And I like them, but if it's an electronic organ and it squeaks, then yes, it's very annoying. And I don't think it could be much done. If you are gentle with what you are doing with your feet on the pedal, if you are wearing right shoes, then there is not much you could do.
I remember I tried to fix that noise in St. John's Church. I unscrewed the pedal board and then removed the spring underneath one pedal, and then what I did, maybe I put some oil on it.
Yes, oiling things might help a little bit, at least to reduce that squeaky noise.
Still, it's a mechanical thing. Even if David's organ is not mechanical, the noise is mechanical. So you can get to the bottom of the problem and fix it mechanically, I think.
Yes, or if pedal is worn out.
Worn out.
Worn out, yes, worn out. You might think about changing the pedal board.
Only the pedal board.
Yes, that should be possible too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the ideas too. What about Sine Nomine? What is this piece? Do you know, Osha?
Well, I think you want to tell about it.
Sine Nomine in Latin means without the name, but Sine Nomine, I think, is maybe the name of the hymn. Could be the hymn tune. Sine Nomine. I'm just looking it up. Oh, there is corporation Sine Nomine.
It's quite a common
Sine Nomine Publishing.
title.
Yes, in hymnal there is also Sine Nomine hymn, right, by Ralph Vaughan Williams. So maybe he is playing Ralph Vaughan Williams hymn. Could be.
Could be.
That's quite likely.
I enjoy his music.
Mm-hmm.
Great composer.
Especially his pedal lines are so fast moving.
True. So maybe he plays too much of Ralph Vaughan Williams, and that's because his pedal just broke. I'm just joking.
Maybe we'll see.
I was not so sure about that middle section of his question, because I didn't understand if the problem is his technique, or again it's a problem with the organ. What do you think?
When he picked a prelude that is too long, and he has to drop out top notes, right?
Yes, that's right.
So that in a large registration, polyphony would be easy to listen to. It's difficult to understand what he means here.
Because on the one hand, it seems like if it's a mechanical organ, maybe bellows don't give enough air to the pipes. to the wind chest. But if it's electronic organ, then I don't know. Maybe it's his technique. But the texture is too thick and he cannot play it all.
Yeah, maybe the texture was too thick for that registration, and he had to reduce the texture by dropping some notes in the harmony. That's what happened, I think.
Could be. But I would suggest him not to pick the music that he cannot perform on particular organ for any reason. I think it's better when to reconstruct the piece. Although it's possible, but probably not the best solution.
And he had to rewrite the ending of the first half that it would sound like a finished piece, because he cut the piece in half and had to stop in the middle.
Seems like very much of work to do for one piece. Then it's better, to select something more appropriate. Don't you think so?
Right, or simply improvise the final cadence, not necessarily write it out.
Because if you have manually, to rewrite it, it takes a lot of time.
So that's what our suggestions are to David, and to anyone who is sort of in David's position, maybe when they have to deal with squeaky noises in the pedal, when they lose concentration on repeated runs of the piece, and when they have to shorten the pieces for the service to adjust. Thanks, guys, for listening, for practicing, and for sending us your questions. We love helping you grow, so please continue writing us, and we will try to help you in the future episodes of this podcast. This was Vidas
and Usha.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material, as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Usha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Usha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.